What is the main hazard associated with the movement of plant and machinery around site? Drivers getting motion sickness from the movement of the machine. Pedestrians walking too close to moving machinery and being crushed. Members of the public being poisoned by the exhaust fumes. Existing building collapse from vibrations of the moving machinery. If you are working on a flat roof, what is the best way to stop yourself from falling over the edge? Put a large warning sign at the edge of the roof. Protect the edge with a guardrail and a tow board. Ask someone to watch you and shout when you get too close to the edge. Use red and white tape to mark the edge.
Prolonged exposure to sunlight could cause what? Hair loss, abrasion, dental issues, burns. What should you do if your disposable foam earplugs keep falling out? Throw them away and work without them. Put rolled up tissue paper in each ear instead. Stop work until you are shown how to fit them properly. Put 2 earplugs in each ear so that they stay in place.
Which 3 of the following factors must you think about to lift a load safely? Its size and shape. Its weight. What the value of it is. How to grip or hold it firmly. Whether the contents are insured.
What should be done if there is an oil or diesel spill on site? Use a spill kit to clean it up before the end of the day. Ignore it. Oil or diesel spills do not have serious long-term effects. Call the Environment Agency immediately so they can arrange to have it cleaned up. Stop work, contain the spill, notify the supervisor and then clean up the spill.
What does a hot work permit allow you to do? Carry out work that needs warm protective clothing. Work in warm weather. Carry out work that could start a fire. Work below ground in a confined space.
If someone is injured on site, where should this be recorded? In an accident book or record. On the Safe System of Work plan. On the site plan. In the method of work.
When assembling a mobile access tower near overhead electric cables, which one of the following statements is true? The cables must be treated as live until it is confirmed they are dead. The cables can be treated as dead if the work is going to take less than 30 minutes. The cables do not present a danger because mobile access towers are insulated. Personal protective equipment, PPE, will keep workers safe until it is confirmed that the cables are dead.
What would be a good way of reducing fatigue in the workforce? Rotating shift patterns. Random start and finish times. Regular start and finish times. Early start times and a late finish.
What should you do if the guard is missing from a power tool? Try to make another guard. Do not use the tool until a proper guard has been fitted. Use the tool, but work carefully and slowly. Use the tool, but try to work quickly.
Which of the following is an effective way to avoid causing harm to protected species? Avoiding breeding season. Only working at night. Using manually operated machinery. Take them to the site office. General site rules would not normally include information about which one of the following. Site induction procedures. Near-miss and accident reporting. Names and addresses of workers. Personal protective equipment, PPE.
In which document should the safe way of carrying out a task be described? Order sheet. Instruction manual. Work program. Method statement. What must happen before each shift starts when working in an excavation? Someone must go in and sniff the air to see if it is safe. A supervisor should watch from the top for the first hour. A competent person must inspect the excavation. A supervisor should stay in the excavation for the first hour.
Which two of the following are common causes of water pollution on site? Fuels being stored incorrectly and too close to drains. Walkways freezing in winter near drainage systems. Rainwater washing material out of skips into surface water drains. Smoking and e-smoking near drainage systems. Exhaust gases from mobile plant getting into drainage systems.
The risk of a materials handling vehicle, telehandler, overturning is increased when raising loads whilst stationary, reversing into a loading bay, lifting loads on even ground, driving at excessive speeds around corners. What is the main immediate hazard from kneeling directly on wet cement? Eczema, skin rash, skin burns, dermatitis, Skin burns are most likely to occur when a worker works with which of the following? Glass products, emulsion paint, wet cement, dry wood. Residual current devices, RCDs, should have a mechanical trip test at which intervals? If not used for a week or more. Daily. Monthly. Before each use.
When must an accident be recorded in the accident book? If a person is injured in any way. Only if a person has to attend hospital. If a person has a day off work with a cold. Only if a person suffers a broken bone. What can cause occupational asthma? Breathing in hazardous dust, fumes or vapours. Exposure to rat urine whilst working. Exposure to loud noise on a regular basis. Skin contact with any hazardous substance.
How should you be informed about what to do in an emergency? Give 2 answers. By reading the site notice boards. By asking at the local hospital. By looking in the health and safety file. By asking the Health and Safety Executive, HSE. By attending the site induction.
Which of the following is a safe condition sign? What does this symbol on a mobile elevating work platform, MEWP, show? The safe method of exiting the platform. The location of the points where workers can lean over the platform. The location of the lowering controls for use in emergency. The guardrail height.
Fatigue may be a result of what? Working long hours. Good sleeping patterns. A healthy diet. Good work-life balance.
What should a worker do if they have been asked to build a mobile access tower, but they haven't had any training? Tell their supervisor that they have no training. Ask a workmate how to build the tower. Look for tutorials on the internet. Get on with the job and learn as they work. When working through a construction health and safety checklist, which of these hazardous substances should be identified? Vibration levels, noise levels, asbestos, cement. Lead, solvents, cement, asbestos. Noise levels, solvents, dust, paint. Asbestos, cement, paints, noise levels. If a power tool being used on site needs refueling several times a day, where should the fuel be stored? Close to the tool. In the designated fuel store. Outside the perimeter of the site. In a site vehicle. A forklift truck is blocking the route you need to take on site. It is lifting materials onto a scaffold. What should you do? Start to run so that you are not under the load for very long. Catch the driver's attention and then walk under the raised load. Wait or take another route, but never walk under a raised load. Only walk under the raised load if you're wearing a safety helmet.
Which of the following is not an immediate health effect of being exposed to paints and resins which have high levels of solvents? Headaches and sickness. Muscular and skeletal disorders. Drowsiness or poor coordination. Dermatitis or skin problems.
What should you do if you are in a deep trench and you start to feel dizzy? Sit down in the trench and take a rest. Make sure that you and any others get out quickly and report it. Carry on working and hope that the feeling will go away. Get out, let your head clear, and then go back in again.
Which one of the following statements is true? People experiencing mental health problems tend to be violent or dangerous. Mental health problems are rare among construction workers. Mental health problems are common and can happen to anyone. Learning difficulties and mental health problems are the same.
Which of the following is the main cause of skin cancer? Exposure to ultraviolet sun rays. Working indoors. Skin being irritated by overalls. Working in rainy conditions. Which of the following can be prevented by wearing respiratory protective equipment, RPE? Absorbing harmful radiation. Inhaling dust and fumes. Injecting hazardous liquids. Absorbing hazardous substances. Which of the following is true regarding harmful construction dust? It is usually a rust red colour. It can always be seen in normal light. It is often invisible to the naked eye. It always triggers hay fever. When a worker is fatigued, what could happen? They are more likely to resign from their job. They are able to work with increased accuracy. They will be more likely to have an accident at work. They will be able to work faster and be more productive. Which of the following is the best method to help minimize the risk of injury when moving loads on site? Make the area flatter before performing the task. Remove all awkward-shaped loads from the site. Use lifting aids wherever possible on site. Ask a trained person to carry the load. Where risk of overturning is significant, what should vehicles be fitted with? Heavy-duty graded tyres. Rollover protective structures, ROPS. Extra strength brakes. A winch and pulley system.
What are the signs and symptoms of noise-related hearing damage? Nausea and a skin rash around your ears. There are no signs or symptoms associated with hearing damage. Difficulty following a conversation, especially against background noise. Ear infections and regular headaches.
If your job needs a hot work permit, what 2 things would you expect to have to do? Know where all the fire extinguishers are kept on site. Write a site evacuation plan. Know how to refill fire extinguishers. Have a fire extinguisher close to the work. Check for signs of fire when you stop work.
When an employee returns to work after an absence due to illness, what should they speak about with their employer? Any treatment costs they have to pay to help them get back to work. The number of times they have visited their doctor before returning to work. The details of the illness to make sure no one else can catch it. The effects of medication they are taking which could affect safety at work.
Why is overexposure to vibratory tools and equipment a serious issue? The long-term effects of vibration are not known. There are no early warning signs of damage caused by vibration. Vibration can cause disabling health conditions that cannot be cured. There is no way that exposure to vibration can be prevented.
Identify the difference between a fall arrest lanyard and a work restraint lanyard. A work restraint lanyard is for outdoor use. A fall arrest lanyard is for indoor use. A work restraint lanyard prevents falls. A fall arrest lanyard minimises the consequences of a fall. A work restraint lanyard is designed for confined spaces. A fall arrest lanyard is designed for MEWPs. A work restraint lanyard halts work entirely. A fall arrest lanyard ensures falls do not occur.
What is the one thing a first aider cannot do? Stop any bleeding. Give you medicines without authorization. Give mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Treat you if you are unconscious.
If someone is injured at work, who should record it in the accident book? The company contract manager. Someone from the Health and Safety Executive, HSE. The injured person or someone acting for them. The first aider identified on site. Why is it important to be clean-shaven when using a half-mask respirator? You will be able to use the same mask for longer. Facial hair can block the filter more quickly. You may suffer an allergic reaction to the mask. Facial hair can affect the seal around your face.
What should you do if an extension cable has a cut in its outer cover? Report the fault and make sure that no one else uses the cable. Check the copper wires aren't showing in the cut and then use the cable. Put a bigger fuse in the cable plug. Put electrical tape around the damaged part. According to the work at height regulations, when can ladders be used for work? If it is high-risk work for long periods of time. When other people do not need to use it for access. A ladder must never be used on site. If it is low-risk work for a short period of time.
What is the main risk to this worker wearing only these items of personal protective equipment, PPE? Damage to hearing, eye injuries, dermatitis to skin, breathing in harmful dust.
Where risk of overturning is significant, what should vehicles be fitted with?
the effects of medication they are taking which could affect safety at work.